I know this is towards the end of the last day of InstructureCon, so I didn't expect a full room. Thank you so much. I am Tara Lisicki, as Kate had mentioned. I have been in instructional design for over 12 years, and I came into online as a student about 16 years ago, and I'll talk about that later on. And thank you for joining us in the recording. I know my mic wasn't on a minute ago. So today we are going to be talking about instructional design strategies to make content accessible in Canvas. And I just want to preface this presentation by I am just, one of the puzzle pieces, as Chris mentioned yesterday in his presentation, that I will provide a link to as well. So, I might not have all the answers, but I hope that I can provide you some passion and motivation to get started, and together we can work and create an awesome puzzle. So, I wanted to start with Simon Sinek, and Brian Kick, my old supervisor, is here, and I was introduced to Simon Sinek during one of our Avid summits. So I really like what his message is, and so if you haven't already read his book, Start With Why, I highly suggest it. So we're going to go over it a little very fast so that you can get some motivation and remember what your passion is as to why you are here. So every organization and individual knows what they do. For an organization, these are the products they sell or the services they offer. For an individual, it is their job, title, or roles. So mine would be an instructional design contractor working with faculty. And some organizations and individuals know how they do what they do. They may call it differentiating value proposition, proprietary processes, or unique selling propositions. The hows are an organization or individual's strengths, values, or guiding principles. These are the things they feel set them apart from their competition. So the things they think make them special or different from everyone else. And so very few people know why they do what they do. They can't articulate it. So why is a purpose? It's a cause or a belief. And it provides a clear answer to your questions of why do you get out of bed every morning? Why does your organization exist? And why should that matter to anyone else? So making money is not a why. Revenues, profits, and salaries and monetary measurements are simply results of what we do. And so this is the reason why we can say that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So what you do simply serves as a tangible proof of what you actually believe. And so let's revisit your passion. So what is your why statement? Your why statement is a sentence that clearly expresses your unique contribution and impact. The impact reflects the differences of what you want to make the world. So what the contribution is, the primary action that you take towards making that impact. So together, these two components provide a filter through which you can make decisions every day and act with purpose. So my why to be in online is I was 14, I was a sophomore in high school, I was walking on a crosswalk with my girlfriend, and I was hit by a car. And I broke my C2 vertebrae on both sides. It's a hangman's fracture. It's the same break that can kill you, and it's what Christopher Reeves had. And so I'm very fortunate to even be moving my arms today, and so I feel like I have a purpose to be here. This is my passion, and my unique contribution is to remind you all why you became teachers, instructional designers, administrators, to make a difference in students' lives, because you all made a difference in my life. Without each and every one of you, I wouldn't have been able to finish high school. Back then, they didn't have virtual high schools. They had community college classes online. And so my wonderful guidance counselor told me to take those classes, and it counted for both my high school and college credits. And so I was driven. I couldn't get out of bed for 3 months. I was in a hospital bed. I was in a neck brace that I was just pretty much immobilized. I couldn't even shower. And so online classes gave me a purpose to wake up every morning and to continue my schooling when everyone told me that I should just take a year off of high school. But even so, even if I did that, I still continued for many years to go to the Children's Hospital every day to see a different specialist, did biofeedback, did chronic pain management, and saw a neurologist. And so, I suffered and was a student with Disabled Student Services for quite some time. And so that is why I'm here. And I knew that, technology is going to get better, and I can continue watching the trends, and I can help implement that and make technology easy for all of you to understand. And Canvas has made a simple software for us to each utilize in our own classrooms. And for those of you watching it that don't have it at your schools, you can get a free for Teachers account today, and you can utilize it and see how awesome it is and share it with your colleagues. And so today, my purpose and my contribution is to teach accessible instructional design so that all students have access to meaningful and memorable learning. And so I wanted to share a few quotes before we get into the how. And so Stephen Ballmer says, accessible design is good design. It benefits people who don't have disabilities as well as people who do. Accessibility is all about removing barriers and providing the benefits of technology for everyone. And Deborah Ruh says, accessibility allows us to tap into everyone's potential. And Steve Krug says, the one argument for accessibility that doesn't get made nearly often enough is how extraordinarily better it makes some people's lives. How many opportunities do we have to dramatically improve people's lives just by doing our jobs a little bit better? And I wanted to give a shout out to Chris from Utah State University, who did an amazing presentation on accessibility yesterday. And I attended it and made sure that there was no overlap so you guys can get the most of these 40 minutes. And so if you want access to his materials, you'll be able to watch the recording in a few weeks, or now if you're watching this recording. And you can go to his bit.ly that has links to his slides and great information on Blackboard Ally, University of Central Florida's You Do It, and City Labs design tools. And so these are tools that you can use, and they will measure how accessible your course is and teach you how to fix them, if not fix them. So I am going to teach you how you can design it correctly the first time, so we'll go over that as well. And since I'm from the California Community Colleges, I wanted to give a shout out to Jamie Johnson. He is our Director of Accessibility and User Experience with the California Community College Online Education Initiative. So we are 114 colleges in California, and so he has put together some amazing resources, and they are Creative Commons, so you all can have access to that. It's a Canvas course, and it has wonderful screenshots and descriptions of how and why and who, so it's great. It's in there. And then Sean Keegan, he is responsible for our CCC Accessibility Center. This is another website that you can check out. And again, all of our work is grant-based, so it's open for you all to utilize. And huge shout out, these guys have taught me so much. When I send them an email, they get back to me, and I've learned a lot. So I'm very grateful to have them as resources. And within our California Community Colleges Online Education Initiative, as Lene mentioned in her 10-10-10 presentation yesterday, we have an OEI course design rubric. And so we're going to be focusing on what the rubric says is good accessibility. And so this, again, is open. Here's a bit.ly to go to the rubric. We're just going to be focusing on Section D. So as an instructional design contractor with OEI and At One, I've been able to work with many faculty throughout the state and help them get to where they need to be to pass their course through our online course exchange. So they need to meet specific criteria, which would be heading styles, lists, links, tables, color contrast, color and meaning, and images. And we're going to learn how to do each and every one of those today within Canvas, and it'll be very quick, I promise.